It's the Joseph Bristol Show.
If you enjoy the video, hit the like. If you want to see more, be sure to subscribe.
Welcome to another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show, where I go over different social norms and things about society that I think need changing or adjusting, or just my thoughts on stuff and how I think the world is it needs changing and adjusting ultimately. Alright, so check me out now. We gotta jump straight into it. Alright, so on today's episode, it's a follow-up of a previous episode, which I will put in the link, of change and frequencies and how the whole universe works off frequencies and how all of us change. We all change. That's a normal part. And ultimately you have to pick your hurt. You have to decide, will you change for the better, or will you think that you are perfect the way you are and ultimately you will change for the worse? That's how that works. You either actively work on changing to be better, or you think that you're good where you're at and you will literally change for the worse. Okay. So, I got 3 videos on change hurts, because change hurts. It hurts to change. First off, you have to literally mourn the loss of your old life. You have to mourn that. You're gonna be sad. You're killing your old self. You're killing what you've known. For 18 years, you grew up in your parents' house. They've been teaching you how to be a person. When you leave their house, you have to reprogram yourself. You have to learn a new person, who you are now. You have to learn your new self, your new thinking, your new way of behaving and acting. And you will have to mourn the loss of your old self. You're going to have to do it. That's ultimately where the hurt comes from. That, and as you change, you're going to lose friends. Family will stop talking to you. You might lose your partner. You might lose your spouse as you progress through this change. But we're going to check out the voice notes that I made on Change Hurts.
When you love what's bad for you, you don't even know it. You don't even know it. But it's like you've been eating junk food and badness all your life, and you just loved it. And then one day you go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, yo, you're 400 pounds, and you got this disease, that disease, heart problems. If you keep going down this path, you're going to die. And then, you're like, well, I don't want to die. Doctor tells you all the hard things that you have to do to lose the weight, to get in shape, to not die. And you start doing it, and it hurts. It hurts so bad. It just hurts. You want to go back to the old ways, to your old life, to the comfortable things that you knew. But you know you'll die. And then you think to yourself, well, I'm going to die anyways. Who cares? Then you got to ask yourself, do you really want to die knowing that you've never gave it your all, that you never actually tried to change? Do you really want to die like this, in this state? You don't want to die different. You don't want to die knowing that you tried. You don't want to try and maybe not die as soon as the doctor said. Maybe if you try and you change and you go through this hurt, you might die 10 years later. You have 10 extra years of life. You might know happiness and joy for those 10 years of change. It fucking hurts, man.
Okay, so hey, as I'm listening to myself, listen. So I just realized these change hurts these change hurts voice notes. This is like very recent after my breakup. Like I was really hurt, right? Because I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, I was celibate. I really genuinely want a different life. I am tired of the same old crap, the same problems all the time. Like, I don't want that. I'm tired of attracting the same type of women. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want something different, right? And before we get into wanting different and how you literally have to change in order to get different, Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing and expecting different results. And like, I realized that, yo, bro, we have to change in order for us to get something different, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So then it's like, well, what do you change? We got to change everything. We got to change our frequency. We got to change everything. So you have to mourn the loss of your life. You have to mourn the loss of your old life. You have to. You have to sit down and cry about how, yo, I miss smoking. I miss drinking. I miss having sex with a bunch of girls. I miss having sex with that specific girl. Like, you have to mourn the loss of your old life. Mourn the loss of the life that you could have had. Better the evil you know than, and better the evil you know, which is like the pain you know, than the pain you don't. Nobody likes the unknown. Nobody likes not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing, oh, if I open this door, will I die? Nobody likes that. People don't like that. So that's scary. That's very scary. So people will go back to the pain that they've already known. So it's like, okay, so for example, you've been doing drugs, smoking weed for 10 years. All of a sudden you decide, yo, I don't want to smoke no more. I want to be different. That first couple of days, maybe couple of weeks, who knows? But eventually what happens is it starts to hurt. You start to think, yo, man, I miss smoking. Like, I think I want to smoke right now. But then you got to say to yourself, nah, I want to be different. I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to do that no more. So now that's going to hurt, that you're denying yourself something that you want, something that you know you used to like. Okay, let's jump on to the next one, because I got 3 of them.
The thing that keeps me on the path, the thing that keeps me going is I genuinely just want to be better. I never want to feel like this again. I feel like total shit. Oh man, I can't wait till I look back at this, when I re-listen to this video, when I watch this, and like, I just laugh about it. Like, man, we felt like crap, bro, but I'm glad we kept going. I'm so ready for a new life. I'm so tired of feeling this way, of just the constant repeat, the same thing over and over and over again. As I look at my life, it's like, why? This thing that I want so bad, that I've always wanted, I could never actually get it. This thing that I've been longing for since I was a kid. Because I feel like I never had it. When I did, it was taken from me. The thing that keeps me on the path of change is I just think about why I'm doing it. Why am I on this path of change? Because if I stay on the path that I already know, I know what I'm going to get. And if I go on this path of change, I have no idea what's going to happen. It just might be better. It might be.
Okay. So you gotta have a why. You gotta know why. Like I said, me personally, and what I'm talking about there, because recently I learned that I have an anxious love attachment style. I have like abandonment issues. And again, this goes back to sitting with myself and really processing my life, like sitting down and really thinking about who I am as a person. What have I been doing? My life. And I had abandonment issues. My brother ran away when I was young, and I didn't grow up with my older brother, and that impacted me. That hurt me to my core. And so all my life I've always been looking for that companion, that person to be with me. Because when you have siblings, you are essentially never really alone. And when you grow up with your siblings in the house, some people have siblings, but they didn't grow up together. But when you grow up with your siblings, you have a friend always there in the house. You know what I mean? And all my life, I searched for that. I looked for a partner. I wanted to heal with someone, but that's a whole nother episode. So what I'm talking about here is you gotta have a why. And I knew that my why is, again, I'm tired of the same old crap all the time. And that goes into, I know what I'm gonna get if I keep living this way. I already know what I'm gonna get. I've been getting it for years. I know exactly what's gonna happen. I know what I'm gonna get. I know the results. I know how this thing will go. What I don't know is if I change, if I behave different, if I act different, I talk different, if I approach women differently, if I approach dating differently, I don't know what I'm going to get. I don't know what's going to happen. And that's what I want. I want something different because I know what I'm going to get if I keep doing what I've already been doing. I'm going to get the same thing that I've been getting. Duh. Again, insanity is doing the same thing and thinking you will get a different result. Okay, one more.
Now, the thing about change is you can go back to what you always done, you can go back to that. But here's the problem. You know the pain, you know the hurt, you know what you're going to get. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know. Because you've always gotten it, because that's what you've always done. And so it becomes, okay, I can keep going down this path of change, this path of growth, this path of becoming a new person, a better person, a different person, and seeing what I get out of life, and in which case, I'm almost certain that it will be better than what I've always known, what I've always gotten, because I know what I've always got, and I know that hurts, right? And this other thing, yes, again, it most likely is not going to hurt as much as what I already know I got, right? So if you know every time you put 2 plus 2 is 22, the answer is wrong, then you know for a fact that if you put 2 plus 2 is 23, something else will happen. It could also be wrong, but the wrongness of it will not be the same as 22. Because when you put 2 plus 2 is 22, you got a score of 38. But now that you put 2 plus 2 is 23, you get a score of 39. So then you're like, okay, my score is getting higher. And now you see what I'm saying? So you know that change is inevitable, that one, change is inevitable. 2, you know that it's going to give you something different. So again, you can keep going down this same path. Or you can decide, I want different, I need different, and I'm willing to try something different to see what I get. Because I already know what that pain is like.
Right. Okay, so this goes into ultimate idea. You know better, you'll do better. Because to not will hurt you and eat at you until you do better. So because you know the pain of doing this same thing and you know what will happen, and let's say you decide, okay, I'm going to do better, I'm going to be different, and you start to do better, and then you decide, all right, I'm going back, like you relapse. What will happen is it's going to eat at you because you will say to yourself, I know I can do better, I was doing better, and then I went back to the pain that I've always known. And so what eats at you is I want that different again because I know I can do it. I got a taste of it and it felt pretty good. If I would have just kept going down that path, I think I would have been happy. So then you start again and you go down the path of change, of being different, of getting something different. Because anything different will get you something different. So for example, let's say every time you meet a girl and you like her, you have sex with her. First date, second date, that's your thing. That's what I'm doing. Maybe. And every time you've done that, none of your relationships have ever worked. They've never lasted. You're still single. You're not married. No one married you. Maybe you decide, I want to change. I want a real relationship. I want something serious. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stop having sex with women on the first, second date. I think I'm going to do it on the third. Maybe I'm going to try it on the fourth. Matter of fact, I'm going to go celibate and I'm not even going to try it at all. I'm just going to chill. And when I feel like it's right, that's when I'll do it. So you decide that you're going to change. You're going to try a different tactic. Again, maybe every time you shout, yo, baby, yo, baby, yo. Sometimes you get a girl, sometimes you don't. But every girl that you've ever gotten, whenever you scream, yo, baby, yo, baby, yo, them girls are trash. You getting trash girls. Every time you pick up a girl with that yo, baby, yo line, it's a trash girl. But then you say to yourself, I'm going to stop doing that. This time, I'm going to try to say, hello, how you doing? My name is so-and-so. What's your name? Yo, you look beautiful today. You come around here often? I ain't never seen you over here. You try something different. Now, all of a sudden, instead of just meeting trash women, you meet a girl that got a job. Not only has she got a job, but she willing to buy you things. She'll take you out to lunch. You ain't never had a girl take you out to lunch. That's because all them yo baby yo girls ain't got no job. They don't believe in spending money on men. They don't believe in monogamy. So you got to change. You got to do something different to get something different. But guess what? That's going to hurt because now you're going to get rejected sometimes. People are going to shut you down. They're going to think you're lame. Oh, he's a lame. He's a square. He's corny. You're so used to those specific type of girls that these new girls, it's going to feel some way because them old girls is what you're used to. So you still want that old life, but you got to kill that. You got to go through the hurt to get something different. That's how change works. Change hurts. That's why they call it growing pains. When it's going to hurt to grow. Growing pains. Change hurts, bro. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. And listen, man. I'm changing. I'm becoming a new person. And it hurt me every day, bro. Hurt me every day. Every day I'm discovering something new about myself. I'm discovering my ego, how I live in the ego frequency for so long. And I had to really sit down with myself and realize I live in the ego frequency a lot. That was like my main frequency. And now my new thing is I'm living in love. I move in love. I talk in love. I exist in God's love. I am a shining light of God's love. My frequency that I'm giving off, that I try to give off, is straight love. Love, forgiveness, kindness. Love for myself first. Love for me. And then I could love everyone else and everything else and pour into others after I've poured into myself. And with that being said, thanks for watching another episode of the Joseph Bristol Show. Let's all remember, man, we all out here trying to do the same thing. Survive and be happy. Y'all stay blessed.